Hello, everyone, and welcome to Movie Flashback number 19. In this flashback, we are answering the question, what is the second greatest year in film history? If you are new to this channel, welcome. Click the subscribe button below for future notifications and updates. Click the like button to share this content with other movie fans. When I was working on my list of the 10 movie flashbacks I planned on posting this year, I had way too many movies to choose from, and then I saw an interesting pattern. Some of the movies on my list were released in the same years, and I realized this year we are celebrating the anniversary of the greatest year in film history and the second greatest year. So, in movie flashback number 20, I am going to reveal what is the greatest year in movie history. But for now, we are going to go back to, drum roll, please, 1999. Woohoo! That's right, folks. 1999 was the second greatest year in movie history. I don't think we had a year in the past 25 years that can top 1999, even though the Academy has changed the Best Picture list from nominating 5 to nominating 10, thanks to the Dark Knight sequel. The question we have to consider is which movies have cemented a place of their own in pop culture. Unfortunately, Oscar seasons come and go, but many films end up forgotten after a few years. But 1999 is a year that stands out because the films released that year collectively has been on most people's minds. 1999 is truly an unforgettable year. Let's take a look at the top 10 grossing films of 1999. Number 9 is American Beauty. It won the Oscar for Best Picture. Sam Mendes won for Best Directing. Kevin Spacey won for Best Lead Actor. Coming in at number 1 is Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, a movie I did a flashback for back in May. That did very well at the box office this year because so many fans wanted to celebrate its 25th anniversary. Coming in at number 4 is The Matrix, one of the greatest sci-fi action movies of all time. This movie revolutionized the action genre with its new original techniques in shooting action scenes. If you have watched the movie already, you know what I am talking about. There is a scene where Neo, played by Keanu Reeves, is dodging bullets. The editor and filmmakers slow down the shot while Neo bends backwards trying not to get hit by a bullet. Slowing down an action shot to show how fast a person or an object is moving was a revolutionary idea at that time, and filmmakers have been using that technique ever since. Even George Lucas said that he made episodes 1, 2, and 3 because movie making technology finally caught up to his ideas that he felt he couldn't pull off in the 70s when he made the first Star Wars film. I mentioned in my last movie review that I am one of those moviegoers that watch the closing credits. Well, I have noticed that a lot of films that have been made over the past 20 years, their CGI effects, special effects, sound effects, were shot and edited at Lucasfilm. The studio George Lucas founded, and Lucasfilm includes Industrial Light and Magic and Skywalker Sound. So between Episode 1 and The Matrix, the movies of 1999 ushered in the great action movies we have seen over the past 25 years. Let's take a look at the rest of this list. Number 5 is Disney's Tarzan. I mentioned in the Little Mermaid movie flashback that film started the Disney Renaissance. Well, Disney's Tarzan concluded the Disney Renaissance. Not only did it rank in the top 5 at the box office of 1999, it also won the Oscar for Best Original Song, You Will Be in My Heart by Phil Collins. Number 6 is The Mummy, one of the greatest action films of all time. I also went back to the theaters with my sister to celebrate that 25th anniversary, and this film still looks gorgeous on the big screen after all these years. Number 8 is the 19th James Bond movie, The World Is Not Enough, a great, memorable film in the franchise's history. And number 10 is the James Bond parody, Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. We never saw a James Bond parody, and here comes Mike Myers playing both Austin Powers and Dr. Evil. And it's one of the most beloved comedy movies ever made. Looking back, Austin Powers should have been nominated for something, but as always, it's a pity that the Academy ignores the comedy genre. But that is not all. This is just the top 10 at the box office. There are more films worth mentioning that were released in 1999. So another question is, how did this happen? I found an interesting point while I was doing my research for this flashback. Tom Tykwer, director of the movie Run, Lola, Run, said, and I quote, "Everybody knows that we're hitting the limits of traditional filmmaking because it's becoming so perfectionistic, so perfect, you don't even connect to them anymore." I would agree with that, but I wanted to add that for some strange reason, a list of filmmakers decided to experiment and take risks with storytelling on film, and these risks paid off. Because what makes a great year in motion picture history is not just one movie, but a list of great films. So, in addition to the top 10 list, other movies that were released that year were Fight Club, one of the most beloved films among moviegoers. You have the teen movies, 10 Things I Hate About You, a teen movie version of Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew. Some of the actors in that movie went on to become movie stars of the first 2 decades of the 21st century. Cruel Intentions, a teen version of Dangerous Liaisons. That is a great teen movie because it doesn't shy away from the fact that teenagers are sexually active people and they can be manipulative, and seductive. She's All That is another teen movie I have to add because it created superstars as well. Freddie Prinze Jr., Paul Walker, Rachel Lee Cook. We also can't talk about 1999 without talking about The Blair Witch Project. That was probably the most profitable movie ever made in the history of movies. Now, here's the thing. I have an MBA in finance, so I learned in grad school that profit equals revenue minus expenses. So, what I mean by most profitable, according to reports, the budget was $60,000, but it made $248 million at the box office. That means the movie made back approximately 4,133 times its investment. That is incredible. To say that movie was a box office success is an understatement. Most studios would like to see a movie make back 4 times the investment, 10 times the investment, but not 4,000 times the investment. That is a dream, an impossible dream. So, I propose a toast to all the films of 1999. I usually drink water or orange juice when I do these movie flashbacks, but this time I am drinking a cocktail with peanut butter whiskey. My brother Alex introduced me to this liquor, and he told me and my sister that if you add this to fruit juice, It tastes like peanut butter and jelly. So I am having it with orange juice. Yeah, I'm going with orange juice this time. So orange juice and peanut butter whiskey served on the rocks. So, cheers. That is all for today, my friends. I will see you next time with another movie flashback and more movie reviews. So until then, do try and guess what is the greatest year in movie history. Take care.